Good morning. I have my new outfit. Possibly you'll be seeing me wearing this. Maybe doing some weather too. We're at Tintern Road and Jack in Jordan Station. Jacqueline, I guess I'm your model today, am I?
You are. You're just rocking that outfit. It looks great on you.
Well, tell us about this outfit.
This is Frank Lyman, who's a Canadian designer.
Okay.
And it's just a really soft suit. It's got stretch to it, just gorgeous. Love the detail. Like, this is something you could wear to a wedding.
It feels so good. The material is gorgeous. Even the top underneath is
a little asymmetrical
lovely.
is always very flattering.
Right. Okay. So
looks
tell
great.
us on the beautiful outfits on these mannequins as well.
Sure. We're craving color this year.
Okay.
So we're looking at hot pinks, oranges, mermaid colors. So if you look at like the velvets and the sequins, we're bringing back a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of luxe, and we're working it into like daytime or nighttime.
Okay, right. Yeah. So coming into the holidays, this is perfect.
Yes. And the thing is, you don't want just a one-time event. You want to love something. Like, you want to live in like the blazer with the sort of Chanel detail.
Sure.
So you want those kind of things that you could wear with a pair of ripped jeans. You know, you can kind of make it street, or you can make it black tie.
Right. Yeah. And you said, like, with all the different layers, there's so many different concoctions you can come up with. I mean, is this velvet or what?
Yeah, it is. It's stretch velvet. Isn't it gorgeous?
Velvet. I love it.
Love, love, love it.
Jacqueline, when you're stocking your store and you're looking at what's new and what's trending, how do you do that? Like, where are you finding all of these items?
Well, you know, a lot of brands that I bring in are from Spain, or we definitely have Canadian brands, but I do a lot of searching for something that gives me joy. So if it's, right now we're looking for color. I also like the feel of fabrics. If it feels good,
of course.
I know myself, I'll wear it more often, so I know my customers will wear it more often.
Yeah, sometimes when you see something on the rack and then you put it on, it doesn't feel so good.
Mm-hmm.
So comfort's very important. And this suit, when I looked at it, I thought, wow, this is stunning. But then when I put it on, I liked it that much more.
It's got, what's nice about it is that it has the stretch, so it gives the shape as well. It's really flattering. It's such a cool piece. So that's one of the things that I'm really picky about with different designers, is that the fit, the fabric, and the hand. So it has to feel good. You have to have something that you can wear from desk to dinner, or walking your dog to glamour. Like, you want to be able to have this as versatile as possible. That's how I sort of keep my sort of curated style in our store.
Right. Well, you're thinking of the customer. I mean, not just saying, here, look good, but feel good as well, and that's very important. So coming up, we're going to spend more time here, Tintern Road and Jack in Jordan Station. Jacqueline, thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
I think I'm going to be taking this home. Strike a pose. I'm playing dress up today here at Tintern Road and Jack in Jordan Station. This another lovely outfit they're letting me sample and hopefully take home. Remember, Christmas is coming, Jacqueline.
It is.
Hopefully my husband's watching. This is absolutely beautiful. But we are going to talk about menswear right now, because you're not just a boutique for women, also for men.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing, is that we're not separating couples on their cherished time off.
There you go.
Right?
Good plan.
You can come to Jordan, you can, stay at the inn, spa treatments, and you can shop together. So it's kind of fun. And, right now, men's wear is not all about the suit. It is for corporate, but for casual, it's smart casual. It's something like this blazer's amazing. It's by Horst. It's a Canadian brand, and the vest zips out. So that way he can kind of, be cool with his runners and his jeans, or he can wear this as a suit jacket.
The material is
beautiful,
isn't
it?
It just makes me want to
hug
my man.
And then adding, we were talking about adding color, pops of color. Blue is just beautiful.
It really does pop, Jacqueline.
Yeah, and as the winter kind of comes in, we want something a little bit brighter around our face, men as well as women. So that is really nice. It kind of lifts the shadows.
I never thought of it that way.
And then with leathers, right now this is perfect weather for leather jackets.
Leather weather.
Fantastic. That's leather weather, exactly. We'll have to
That's
do a video. It's leather weather. So yes, beautiful jackets. This is a brand called Mauritius. They're really nice. They've got a nice little bit of sort of worn detail, almost like the more you wear it, the better it gets.
Yeah,
that kind of look. We've got shoes, another Canadian.
You have shoes here.
You know, we got to complete the look, right? A lot of guys will come out here and not necessarily know how to pull the whole look together, and we can help them with that.
Oh, that's good.
Socks, always need good underwear and always need to refresh.
Adorable.
Are they fun? A little chalet chic here. And scarves. Scarves are a really big thing. It almost kind of, wearing it with a blazer or a jacket, it gives you that, like, I'm really bundled, but I'm not like in a big puffer jacket yet.
Of course.
So it's a good seasonal.
Transitional. For sure.
Exactly.
What about this beautiful suit here?
Isn't that gorgeous? This is a soft one.
It's
so soft.
Oh wow.
So velvet. That's
another one you want to give a hug.
Exactly. And that's a nice thing. It's so soft. It's so supple. It's really rich. We've paired it with jeans.
Oh, it's paired with jeans. I never would have thought.
Yeah. So you know what?
Wow.
Dressing is really kind of cool right now for men. It's not as conservative as it used to be. We're adding bold pieces, even an ascot. I mean, we're having some fun. You can do a tie. You don't have to do a tie when you're doing, you're going to a wedding. You can wear just a really nice blazer.
Sure.
Good, and the key is like good shoes. Really good quality. When you have good quality, you don't have to feel like you're all like rigid in a suit.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking we should have done? Luke, you should have handed me the camera, and I think this would have looked really good on Luke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can definitely one day.
We can get him to model on our way out. Maybe he's going to take it home, right? We'll be back Tintern Road here, Tintern Road and Jack.
Yes.
Right, in Jordan Station. Good morning. Well, this is a very interesting morning. Earlier, I was being dressed up in gorgeous clothes by Jacquelene, your wife, at Tintern Road and Jack in Jordan Station. And now I'm here with you, Steve, and we're about to cook and then eat in this beautiful barn. So you guys got a lot of things going.
Yeah, we got a few balls in the air. But, you know, it keeps us interested in waking up in the morning.
Well, I said to Jacquelene earlier, you're a very interesting couple. You're dressing
thank
people
you.
up, and now you're feeding people, right? Tell us about this Zooma Catering.
We're in the two most challenging businesses to get through COVID, retail and food service.
And you made it work, though.
We kind of figured a way to get our limp through and make it happen.
All right, well, this is beautiful. We're going to start with the kitchen, then we're going to make our way upstairs in this beautiful barn. It's called Zooma Caters.
Right.
And it's just quaint, right? So a small group of people would
Nice,
come.
nice intimate, single seating, up to 10 people, minimum 6, and it's just a really nice, intimate, and unusual space to have a gathering.
All right, well, what are we going to cook here, Steve?
Well, so we do a multi-course offering for our meal, and Jacquelene and I have always been attracted by Asian flavors. In fact, on the menu right now, we do a coconut red curry soup, and we're also working on a new recipe, which is doing a dashi soup. So dashi is a broth of Japanese origin. It's kind of like a starter broth, like chicken stock would be for the North American palate. But in Japan, it's dashi, and you can make it a few different ways. So the one we're going to make today is called a kombu dashi. So kombu is dried kelp.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
So if you ever see those pictures of people swimming through the kelp forests, you know, you've got those big long fronds. It's a beautiful thing. So the kelp's harvested and dried. So it's quite salty, which means you don't have to salt your soup at all. So the base is the kombu, and then we're going to add 2 different mushrooms to it. We've got shiitake, and we've also got the porcini mushrooms over here. And everything, so this is all freeze-dried. Freeze-dried mushrooms, I think, are kind of an interesting thing to cook with. I'm not a fan of the texture as far as when they rehydrate and you take a bite out of it. It doesn't really taste like a normal fresh mushroom, but they're fantastic for making soups.
Okay.
Also fantastic, we'll take these dried mushrooms and just put them in a spice grinder and basically pulverize it down to a flour, and we'll use it in a spice rub to, say, coat a tenderloin or something like that. So great flavor, or you can throw it in as a flavor enhancer into a risotto or even a pasta dish. So what we did was we cooked the soup. It takes an hour and a half on a low simmer So you can see here that we've just got a whole bunch of mushrooms and the kombu's in there, and it gets nice and soft. And we just let that simmer for about an hour and a half to really get a lot of that mushroom flavor extracted.
For sure,
yeah. And then when it's done, we just take the broth off. So as I said, the mushrooms, kind of an unusual texture, but you can definitely eat the seaweed after. It's good for you.
Very good for you, for sure. So people, if they want to come, they would just go on your website and
they contact us through Instagram, they contact us through the website, and we fit them in wherever we can.
And then they just pick from a menu, right?
Yep. We have a set menu, and then we can make some modifications for folks who have any food allergies or
just special needs or something. It sounds like you're really enjoying this, Steve.
It's been a lot of fun. It's so easy to walk out of my front door and come to work.
Oh, this is fantastic.
No traffic jams.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up now.
So here's the broth that we've taken off the pot. You can see that it's a beautiful, clear,
it's nice.
Dark brown broth. There's a lot of flavor in there, but we're going to take it one step further. We've got this little smoking element here, which can be used. You can smoke cocktails with it. You can smoke anything. This one fits beautifully on this little glass teapot. You don't need glass, but it's fun to kind of watch the smoke.
It is fun to watch, and I'm backing up right now.
So we're going to just, we've got some applewood chips in there, and we're just going to light them. It's kind of like lighting a pipe. And then we'll put the lid on. And you can see all the smoke that's now traveling out of the bottom of that little smoker unit.
It looks like the fog outside that we've been dealing with, Steve.
So that's smoke. So we can leave that for about 3-4 minutes, and you might light it a second time.
Okay.
And then that smoke is just going to infuse that soup. Oh. And then we'll saute up some fresh mushrooms, put those in the bowl, and then we'll serve the soup upstairs.
Makes me want to try it. Okay, we'll be back. Zooma Caters here. Steve and Jacqueline. Man, they got a lot of hats they're wearing, but they're doing a heck of a job. Well, this morning is just getting better and better. Steve is serving me some of this soup that we prepared earlier, Zooma Caters. Steve and Jacqueline, they're pretty busy. They were dressing me earlier at their beautiful boutique on Main Street in Jordan Station, Tintern Road and Jack, and now we're here in their barn. Steve, right? We're going to eat because you were saying that you host small parties.
We do, yep. Our thought when we were planning this, when COVID hit, was when dining resumed, this would be a great way to create a safe space for dining, but it just became a nice, interesting spot for people to say, hey, we're looking for something different.
Well, the ambiance is beautiful. Steve, I hope you'll sit and join me here.
I will definitely join you.
So this is a barn this is what, about 10 people?
10 people,
can come,
yep.
And they would go on, they would book a dinner party, pick from the menu.
Yep.
And just have this experience. Tell us about the experience. What is it that people love the most about this, Steve?
I think they're kind of surprised when they come up the stairs that they're all of a sudden, it really is kind of like they've gone through a time machine, because you've got a barn here that's 100 years old. We've done obviously renovation work to it, but there's something about the history of an old building that really intrigues a lot of people. And I think they get very comfortable. We have guests that are like, come on up, we want you to have a little glass of wine with us in between courses.
And you probably say you don't twist my arm.
If I'm still working with a knife, I got to be careful. But a lot of times we end up joining the guests at the end of the night and just having a nice chat, because they just start to feel like they're in a private space that they can kind of relax and really go beyond what they'd normally do in a restaurant.
Now, is this where are we right now?
Well, you're in the Hamlet of Tintern, so we're so Jordan, Tintern. A lot of these little outlying areas were all settled. Like Tintern in particular was settled by United Empire Loyalists, and so we've got a tiny little crossroads here with about 15-20 houses.
Wow!
And it just became incorporated into the town. But all these little outposts, it's a really interesting area historically.
So it's something that some people could plan. I mean, they could do a little trip, tour around, check out your shop.
There you go.
And then come see there. And then
I like how you're thinking.
Yeah, and then experience. And coming up to the holidays, I would imagine that this would be a great thing to book, right?
Yep.
Great experience. What is it you love doing the most about this?
We've always had a love of food, and I think just you know, it's nice to see smiles on people's faces when they've had a meal that they appreciate. It's pretty satisfying.
Well, you know what's a great combination? You can go and check out Tintern Road and Jack, your boutique. They could get all dressed up. Your wife could take care of them, and then come on over and sit down and enjoy a great meal, right?
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, well, we'll put all of your information on our screen if you want to check this out. Zooma Caters, this is Jacqueline and Steve, and they're a big part of this community. They also have Tintern Road and Jack on Main Street in Georgia Station. We're about to try. What is this soup called again?
So dashi is the broth, but we've made it with mushrooms and kombu, which is the dried kelp. So it's just got a nice, beautiful, rich flavor, and then we sauteed some mushrooms with a little bit of soy sauce just to amplify the mushroom flavor.
Okay, I'm going to try it, and then
cheers.
Back to you. Cheers, Steve.